15 questions. Now, the first one is this. What are your fondest memories from secondary school? One, that should be easy for you. Number two, are there seniors or juniors that you still don't like from secondary school? I shared this story a few years ago when I started work in this studio, that one of the most vile, most irritating, and probably the most wicked human beings I ever met so far in my life was in my secondary school. Now, it took me years, and I'm talking about close to 15 years, to actually let go of that hurt, let go of that pain, because I had to, read books and find out that maybe this person was also going through his own demons. That's why he was bullying me. Your ceiling fan hook, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine a 14, 15-year-old boy, right, being asked to hang from that ceiling fan hook. No tables, all the tables, chairs moved away. In fact, to get to that ceiling fan, you need a double bunk and then a locker to get there. That's where yours truly was asked to hang there for close to 3 hours. Every time I would fall down, I would be flogged, the bed will be brought back, and I will go back there, all because of 50 naira. This senior, now I remember his name, Osareme Oriri. This senior gave me the living nightmare that people talk about in movies. For years, I would wake up in the middle of the night, right, with my fingers clutching, because I just remembered Osareme Oriri. I can say his name now. I don't have nightmares anymore. But you see, that trauma has affected a lot of people. Some people come out of secondary school, they see a senior, right? I have heard so many stories, but particularly when I was in Benin. Somebody sees a senior from secondary school that did him wrong. Next thing, they use their car, boom, they hit him. I'm not joking, in Benin. Some other times, they see a senior who bullied them, who flogged them in a way, treated them in a way they did not like. They wait for him when he's drinking beer with his friends. Then they come with their own friends and start to embarrass him. In some cases, they even pour the beer on his body. And what about some seniors who also dislike juniors to the point that when they met, when they were all grown up and they had children, and they see this guy, they'll tell their friends, my friend, don't give this guy this job. He's a useless monkey. Oh yes, some of you right now are carrying baggages from your secondary school. So, mixed bag this morning, good and bad. Tell us your great memories, fondest memories from secondary school, and then the senior and junior secondary school beef. Where are you at with that particular phase?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so let's talk. 017-923-0003, 0817923-0007, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Then take a stroll down to WhatsApp. Those of you who have your smartphones ready to go, all right, and join us on our page talking about WhatsApp number. The number is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. We're talking about secondary schools, the aftermath. What are your fondest memories from secondary school? And is there any senior or junior that you still do not like? You are still irritated. He did or she did something to you all those years from secondary school. You haven't gotten over it. Please, I encourage you to speak up this morning. Maybe you will find some resolution or some sort. But I'm all up for the funny and the fondest memories as well. All right, Jeffrey here is the first person to send me a message. It says, Jude, this problem you want to start this morning, it may not finish today. A lot of people are still in those phases of their lives. They see certain people and they just get angry. For me, I will never forget the senior SS2 that made me clear grass because I refused to give him my beans. Welcome to the club. We had that in my secondary school. Welcome, no problem. From beans, bread was a big one, eggs were a big one, fish, particularly Sunday fish. Oh my God, some senior students will bully you. Sometimes even your classmates will bully you off your own fish. 90.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is B. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
It's a very funny topic, but it's very realistic. It's very real. But I think you forgot to add, or maybe you didn't ask, our bosses or former bosses that were bullied to employees.
Well, that's a different sphere. That's a different sphere. But let's look at those from secondary school, those who you had direct interactions with.
I will just intermingle them quickly.
Yeah.
So I used to be in was it Paragon? Yeah, Paragon. I had a bully. Yes, Jeffrey was his name. And when I see him, he usually, there's what we call obtaining them.
Yes.
Make sure they will obtain you have.
Yes.
And you will, even if you report to authorities, you are even causing more trouble for yourself. So you just learn to live with it. Secondly, when I used to work in Genesis Cinema some years ago, I used to have an operations manager in. She was, in short, calling her a bully is an understatement. She was a tyrant. At any provocation, she sent a mail and terminated her appointment. That was like almost like 8 years, 8 to 9, 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. But today, she's ashamed to walk on the streets.
Oh dear.
That's why I see people, when they begin to exhibit authority over people's life, because you think you are the head or are the helms of affairs, you cannot write up a man's story. Thank you very much.
Well, you can't write up a man's story. Very true. All right. So when you call in, all right, just quickly tell me your fondest memory, and if there was any, particular, time, if you still have a grouse with somebody, don't need to tell me the name. In fact, don't mention the name. Just tell me, it was a senior back then, it was a junior back then, and how are you coping with that emotion? Kunle is in Port Harcourt. Kunle, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I grew up as a student years back, and today I'm a teacher. Number one, I hope you won't get angry with this. Mentioning that man's name is very wrong. This is not a an internet issue. This is what they've done on internet that we blame them. They mention names anyhow. Why I'm saying this is that your experience was part of your growing up. It may not be good. You may want to correct the system and mention some of the things certain people do at a particular stage of their life. But mentioning that man's name is wrong. Now, why I said I'm a teacher today, I've disciplined a lot of persons in my life. And I know at one time or another, some of them have even maybe used it against me to talk and all those stuff. But you see, the truth is this. When you look back, I've seen people I disciplined who told me I was wicked. But later they started giving me awards that they didn't understand what I was doing at that time. I know I went a bit too far in some cases. But the truth is that the bottom line is that it is part of the process of growing up as at that time. So you mentioning that person's name is wrong. I just said I should mention that. Thank you. All
right. Thank you very much, Kunle. Now, there is a fine line between disciplining and obviously, transferring aggression. The name I mentioned is somebody that, okay, we now have some sort of a relationship, some sort. All right. So once again, like I said, you don't need to mention anybody's name when you come through. However, there are people, even when they thought they were disciplining somebody else, they were actually just transferring aggression. So yes, Kunle, in your case, as a teacher, maybe people realize that yes, you were a disciplinarian. But there are some cases, I'm not even talking about teachers. Once again, I'm talking about students. Your secondary school, fond memories, your classmates, your seniors, particularly your seniors and juniors? Are there people that you still are not comfortable with? You have the luxury or the good fortune, well, luxury if you are in some parts of sub-Saharan Africa where quality education is still seen as a luxury. But generally, if you ever get to secondary school, high school, or grade school as they call it in some places, you have some of the most amazing experiences, some of the most eye-opening experiences that you probably have in your entire life. Say you get into school, secondary school, that is, maybe 10. Is it 10 these days? Yeah, some people get into secondary school. So let's say you get into secondary school, let's say 10, 11. Our time it was 12 and 13 on average, right? You get in secondary school, yeah, your hormones are just beginning to build up, puberty is coming in, you have a growth spurt, right? I remember those days, some parents would come to school like, I don't understand. I sent my son to school. He was wearing size 39. Now look at him. He's wearing size 42 in 3 months. What do you people want me to do? What are you people feeding my children? Yes, no joke. I remember someone actually complaining that the school that he sent his son to were overfeeding his son, that he doesn't get it. How does a child go from size 39 to size 41 in 3 months? Why? How? Please, people should stop it. Please. And it was like the child was like obese. He had a growth spurt. You just wake up one morning and boom, you are 6 foot from like when you were like 5 foot, how many inches? He just goes, pew, 6 foot. I'm like, what? How? What are you doing to my child? And then you have all the experiences you are learning from your classmates, from your seniors. Those days we used to write what they call lyrics of songs, rap songs in particular. We used to like to have them, in books. We used to even purchase them. We'll sing along to them. We have mimes. It was a very interesting point in our life. In fact, if I'm honest, when I look back, right, none of us actually thought that phase of our life will really end. We all felt, we'll still be vibing to Tupac. We'll still, listen to TLC, Boys to Men. We'll have our own crib and that kind of thing. We'll come every Friday. We'll be dancing. Saturday night was social night in my secondary school. Everybody kept saying, when I have money and I start working in big company like this, Saturday, me and all of you will just sit down. We were making very lofty plans. It was the most beautiful point in our lives. There were traumatic experiences. Let's not deny them. There were traumatic experiences, but they were very, very great experiences. One of my fondest memories from secondary school has to be me discovering wildlife, talking about wild animals and fruits and vegetables. Now, in my school, we're in the middle of a bush, right, on top of a hill, no less. All right, and then one period there was this serious, when they say serious hunger, because as children and as we're in a religious school, there were times when we have novenas, there's this time for prayers, some compulsory skipping of meals, fasting to build your mind, sharpen your mind. Without sharpen my finish, hunger will beat Percy. And then my colleague, my classmate, draws me aside as he was going into the bush, because we used to go into the bush those days to do number 2. We didn't have toilets then. We didn't have WCs like you guys have these days. So we used to dig holes and like the way some UCOM members do. And then he said, "Are you hungry?" I said, "Guy, we're not going to eat until 6 o'clock after we break." I said, man, I'm hungry. And it took me to the bush. Ladies and gentlemen, up until that point in my life, if I was told that Jude will go into the bush and eat leaves and be full, I would have said it's a lie. And they're not just ordinary leaves. I was not just eating leaves like a goat. No, these leaves were some of the sweetest things I've tasted till today. I'm still trying to figure out the name. Unfortunately, I don't have contact with the fellow who took me into the bush that day. All right. I have been I've been trying to describe these leaves to those people in Edo State. It is very sweet. We plucked a lot. We sat down, we ate and ate. From that day till I got into SS2, SS3, I was never hungry. I was, once, if the food was not enough or whatever, I just go straight to the bush, look for those leaves, pluck them, sit down, eat quietly, and drink my water, and I'll be fine. Maybe that's why I have a love for vegetables. So, those days are etched in the memory of a lot of you right now. The question is, how are you dealing with those good and bad ones? The good ones have made some of you great men, great women. You've built bonds. Some of the friends, some of the jobs you are in right now, you got there because your friend from secondary school, whether you're senior or you're junior, got you into those positions. But we can't also deny that some of you still are not very comfortable with the seniors or juniors that you were with in secondary school. So please join me this morning as we look at your secondary school, the aftermath. You've left secondary school. Great. How's your interaction with those individuals?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so let's talk. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 08090306416, 08090306416. That's where you find us on WhatsApp and on Telegram. Let me get straight to Facebook. Graham George says, good morning. I attended Baptist High School in Port Harcourt. I will not forget my experience. I served punishment by SS3 students while I was in JSS2 and even collected my lunch, and they would eat it in front of me because I was looking at them harassing other junior students. Now, though very annoying and painful, but we see it as secondary school fun, and later we became friends after secondary school. Yeah, sometimes it's resolution. And I encourage that. I really do, because a lot of the times you find out that those people used to do those things, they themselves were going through some drama in their own homes. It's amazing how society works. Now, hello, Jude. I was bullied in school by my senior. I never did anything to him. He just found joy doing it. I was psychologically traumatized. Now, I am his manager. Funny how the world has evolved. Ooh, this must be interesting. I hope as his manager you are not transferring aggression, not being mean to him, right, or her, all right? Please, so I want to follow up to this message from Genesis, right? I have to ask you, yes, the years have gone by, right? You are now his manager. Great. How are you treating him? How's the relationship with this fellow, all right, him or her? I'm not quite sure. Just send me a message. Good morning, Jude. A lot of people think it's only boys' school or boys are very wicked to themselves. If you hear the stories that happen in girls' secondary school, I had a senior who used to make me wash her undies every weekend for no just reason, and I don't know why, but it was like a very interesting time for me because I zoned out. I'll just take those clothes, wash them, and give them back to her. Did not like her, but I decided that I will not have anything to do with her. Saturday she will come, give me the clothes, I will wash, drop them. I won't say anything to her. This went on for 2 years until she left school. Ooh, okay. Well, we used to have those in my school too. Yeah. They used to give us big long sleeves. Our tiny hands. Oh my God. All right. Honestly, I never had any senior or junior during my secondary school days that left me with any negative experience. Maybe because the school was in my community and even shared the fence with my compound, or because I was a friendly type. But I will not forget one of my classmates who almost dealt with me when SS3 that year. And then I was the senior prefect as SP of the school. So one evening I came to the school to chill. This guy too came to school. He approached me, said, "Hook me on my shirt." His eyes were red. He says, "Who do you think you are?" He kept asking me this question. Can't remember doing any wrong to him. This guy was a giant and could have torn me apart. But if I dared him, and so I just kept quiet. Luckily, he didn't hit me or hurt me. I don't forget this experience. Cheesy Light from Mumukrushi Pipeline. Like I said, that age, emotions are rife. Children are, particularly for boys, testosterone busting through. Oh, you look at somebody today, you think you know the person. By next month, the person's changed. You're like, what? What's going on? Who are you? What happened to you? Are we still the same friends? Good morning, Jude. One of my fondest memories from secondary school was when I started to grow my beard in SS2. I used to rub a lot. Hey! God, oh my God! I just hit my my keyboard. Please gather around, gentlemen, please gather around, because this guy has just exposed a lot of us this morning. One of my fondest memories in secondary school was when I started growing my beard in SS2. I used to rub a lot of methylated spirit because I heard it used to make my beards grow. Please, if you know, I'm putting my hand up, if you know you fell into this category of young boys who were seriously looking for beards, we would rub methylated spirit on our chin, around our lips, all in a bit to get beards, aka beer. Please gather around. They've called us out this morning. They've exposed our secrets to the general public. White is in Posako. White, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning. Before you continue, did you rub spirit on your chin? Yes or no?
For where? Where?
You did not? Jesus.
I did not.
You are one of those people.
My own experience was in primary school, anyways.
Oh, that's long ago.
I had this tall black teacher. His name is Ogutude.
Oh, you don't need to tell us his name.
You know what he did?
You don't need to tell us his name.
You know what he did one Tuesday? He gave me 17 naira. That I should go and buy rice, 15 naira. I should buy spark, 15 naira. I should add 2 meats. Then buy a bottle of Coke for him. I looked at the money. I said, this money is not complete. He said, go and buy, add your own.
Wow.
I said, I'm going to do it now. Wow. You know what I did? I went to meet my classmates and told them the situation. Who went to buy the food? You bought food worth 500 and told the woman that Uncle Tunde would pay.
You people.
And we took for ourselves and took for him too.
Wow.
He wants to be wicked. He wants to be wicked now. He said, okay, we will show you better.
Some children are crazy smart, if you ask me, but crazy nonetheless. What? Why even do that? Michael is in Posako. Michael, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Jude, I'm among those who searching for beer.
You use my Delta spirit, eh?
Yes.
Well done. How are you? Are your beards now? Are they full?
Those is God, just meat. You know that fraud that has sharp. I don't know what they call it in biology. That sharp tentacles. I don't know if I'm correct to say tentacles. That oporo now, that they call oporo.
What, brush?
That one that has a sharp mouth. I don't know if you know prawns.
Oh yeah, prawns. Yeah, prawns. Yeah. Okay, I didn't hear you. Yes.
That sharp.
The hard part.
That looks like pin now.
Yes. I know the pit.
That even people who buy fish to it's still there.
Yes, they break it off.
Those crossers, those quotations. Good. You know that sharp thing? Then they will tell us to use it to choke your big part.
Yeah, man.
Just choke it. Yes.
Why?
You choke it. Then yes, once the blood comes out, you use that methylated spirit to apply on it.
And you have
beards.
And you have beards. That your hair really?
Yes. Yes, now.
Gee.
You know what? They'll tell you to add to put dusting powder. You know that fair dusting powder that has this soothing.
Yeah, the soothing feel. It used to be white containers.
White container. Yes, with black ink on the container. You use that oporo, that sharp, that one to
what were you people thinking?
I'm telling you, they use that medicinal spirit to rub it. Use that dusting powder. You all just to get the beer that time. And once anyone comes out, you'll be very happy to go and trade. The beer don't come out.
Oh my God.
I just laughed when you brought this issue.
Oh my God.
Thank you for playing that song, though. The weekend.
It is the weekend.
Yeah, Blinding Light.
It is the weekend. Noble's in Port Harcourt. What are you people doing? Pricking yourselves? Are you really? Of all things, with food, with prawns. Wow. All right, Genesis here says, funny enough, he can't recognize me because of how big I have become. I've never introduced myself. I make his work very difficult. Oh, really? And then you stop every opportunity to promotion that comes his way. He has not even seen half of the hell that he made me go through. I had to keep on living, but the memories keep on affecting him. The day I interviewed him and recognized him, I employed him just to get a little bit of relief. But for how long, though? Really, how long? You know, there's something called letting go, right? There's actually something called letting go. Yeah, I know, traumatic experiences, but yes, there is something called letting go, and you should try that. It will do you a whole world of good. Trust me, it will do you a whole world of good. All right, Jude, good morning. Fondest memories from secondary school for me was when we had our end of year party, and then there was this young guy I had this huge crush on, and that day of all days was the day he asked me to dance with him, and we had a good time. We're still friends today, even though he's in Abuja and I live in Port Harcourt. Those were good old days. Thank you. Jakuku, good morning to you.
Good morning, Canada.
You rub the material spirit on your chin, on your face.
No, I don't do that.
What's the name of his character? B.A. Baracus. Aha. Now I remember. B.A. Baracus. That's the name of his character in that series. And he was always hard hitting. He was a go-to guy. Whenever things were tough, right? Mr. T would always find a way to rescue his friends from tough situations. So yes, I wanted to be like Mr. T. And so who even told me? Now wait, before we finish this conversation, who spread this rumor that if you rub material spirit on your chin, your beard will come out? Please, who started spreading this thing? Because I don't know why it was so popular then. I don't know if it's still popular now, but somebody started this rumor, and we need to start to dispel it. I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true, because my beard did not come out until when did I start having beards? I think it must have been year 2, if not final year. Yeah, I don't think my beards made the attempt at all. But so some people, they were busting in beards, and they claimed that it was because they used meditated spirits in secondary school. I don't think it's true, but hey, people did weird things back then. 017-923-0003. 017-923-0007, 017-923-0003, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, WhatsApp 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, more messages. Okay, Bright now, I've seen your request. We'll do that later on from 10 o'clock, but thank you very much for sending that. This one is from Ike. Ike says, Jude, good morning. One of the worst experiences I had in my life was having to fetch water to and fro from my hostel to my classroom just because the senior wanted to wash his feet. Seniors were wicked those days, but when I got into that class, SS3, I do my own back. I just hope those young boys will forgive me now. School was crazy in those days. Yes, it was. Now, so the reason why we are talking about this, now you see, a lot of people keep saying, those things made us who we are. Not necessarily. And like I told you in my experience, it took me a while to realize that person who was, being hard on me, who was being a bully and all that, must have been going through his own issues. And it wasn't until 2015 or 2016 when I heard that, hey, look, see that guy, that senior that was bullying us that time, that senior was going through something at home. It was a big problem in their house. So that's why they always used to run to school as soon as, the day was bright. They were always ready to come to school. They didn't like to be at home. And then we started talking. So whilst some of you have those very heavy traumatic experiences, you must remember that life happens in cycles and phases. Your phase now may be all nice and jolly, but 10 years down the line, it might not be. So take those experiences, learn from them, and the most important thing, do good to one another. My name is Jude. Thank you. Have a break coming up shortly. But like I told you, it's Friday. So you know what we do on Friday. We do a lot of music, a lot of chill back, and a lot of fun. Stay tuned.
Talk radio. Talk radio.
Number one, talk all the time. Sports station.
Kokoma, I stand by. I DBC Kunga. Oh my miss baby. Wonder. Kokoma, I stand by. I DBC Kunga. Oh my miss baby. Wonder. I'm gonna make me part of better. Pull my heart, yeah. I'm gonna make me part of better. Pull my heart, yeah. I take it well. Ayo. I take it well. Ayo. Hey, yeah. Ayo. Tell me say you like me, yes, I tell you my own, yeah. When you reach to buy me fine things, you all are right, yeah. I tell you so make you do me better. Try understand, yes, a woman will keep plenty money. So me say you fit check your body. You be chairman, you be from mountain,
Flavor, me, baby. But I'm belly, I got sway. Oh yeah, flavor, me, baby. But I'm belly, I got sway. The way you go and go down, you pull my heart. And you shake your bum, you pull my heart. You want that for Naira or dollars? You want that for pounds or euros? Anything for you, baby, cool my heart, yo. Oh, yeah, dance, baby. See your baby, yeah. You the cool my heart, yo.
Stand by, I DBC Kunga. Oh my miss baby. You fall on the head, you go come. I stand by, you go on the head. Oh my miss baby.
Flavor, me, baby. I'm belly, I got sway. Oh yeah, flavor, me, baby. I'm belly,
Stay with us.
Nigeriainfo. We'll be back.
For how much? That's how you react when you see really high prices for rides. But there's no reason to worry, because with InDrive, you can always offer a fair deal and not just hope for it. Use InDrive and negotiate for the most fair price for you. InDrive, people driven.
The InDrive online passenger transportation aggregator is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.indrive.com.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abi? Jerry, now you dey talk like this. Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly